So welcome back class 8th students in our chemistry class. We are in our 4th lecture and the topic which we are going to cover in our this chapter, that is elements, compounds and mixture. We will be studying about the different kinds of mixtures, and that different kind of mixture will be on the basis of the states of the constituents of the mixtures. Then we will see about difference between compound and mixture. Then we will talk about the principles involved in the separation of mixture, because that is the main topic left. We have to deal with the separation of mixtures, and we will continue with the concepts in it, and then we will come to the principle of mixtures. So let's start with the kinds of mixtures based on their state of the constituents present in them. So I have drawn the table kinds of mixtures on the basis of the states of its constituents, and dear students, I have given you in notes also. And what is the difference here? I have added the complete chart. This is the complete chart. I have added the examples from a book also. And let us study this. There are 3 columns. The first is which kind of mixture. Which kind of mixture means solid means what are the state of the constituents. उनका जो स्टेट है, जो जिससे मिक्सचर बन रहा है, जिसको मिला के मिक्सचर बना रहे हैं, उनका स्टेट क्या है, सॉलिड है कि लिक्विड है, क्या है. तो ऑन दैट सॉलिड मिक्सचर, सॉलिड मिक्सचर, सॉलिड लिक्विड, लिक्विड एंड सो ऑन. Then this, the middle one is the example, and the third column is the most important. कि यहाँ पे we will also see कि whether that mixture is of which type. It is homogeneous or heterogeneous. So this classification I have done for your concept building, so that you can understand it by examples. What is the basic difference between a homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture? So let's see. Alloys, solid. The most common example is alloys, made of different metals mixed, and that is homogeneous mixture, because alloys are melted and a new elements are melted, metals are melted, and a new substance is formed which is present uniformly all throughout the mixture. Therefore it is homogeneous mixture. Then we have solid, rice and chaff, sand and chalk powder. They are not mixed in a uniform matter, but they are solid. Therefore it is heterogeneous mixture. Then we have solid liquid. The most common example is common salt in water, iodine in alcohol. So most of the, my dear students, most of the solutions I have told you, they are homogeneous, right? Sorry, most of the solutions are homogeneous, that's right. Now we have iodine in alcohol, that is also homogeneous. So we have the constituent, the state of the constant, examples, and then homogeneous solid. Then come to solid liquid. Sand in water. So sand क्या है? What it will do? It will settle down. So at the bottom part it will be more dense, at the upper part it will be less dense. That's why heterogeneous. Similar is the chalk powder in water. If you mix chalk powder and water, initially what will happen? It will be a type of uniform, but as immediately as it settles down under the influence of gravity, that's why it's heterogeneous. Then we have liquid. This is a very important example. Liquid, homogeneous, liquid, heterogeneous. Alcohol in water. You mix alcohol in water, it will mix uniformly. That's why it's homogeneous mixture. Petrol and kerosene oil. You mix petrol and kerosene oil, you will not be able to distinguish between by seeing that where is petrol. So it is mixed uniformly. So therefore it is homogeneous. But if you oil in water, if you mix petrol in water, you will see 2 layers. You will easily see 2 layers. So they are not mixed uniformly. That's why it's heterogeneous mixture. Then let us see liquid gas, liquid or gas, soda, oxygen in water. सोडा, aerated drinks, soft drinks, cold drinks जितने भी होते हैं उसमें क्या होता है? Which gas is present in it? Carbon dioxide is mostly present in it. उसी की वजह से when we open it, bubbles come out, right? तो these gases are very much soluble in water. CO2 is soluble in water, so they are dissolved under pressure. So this is an example of liquid, and basically it's a homogeneous mixture. Then we have gas. A very good example is air, and I have told you in that lecture in which I was telling about mixture that air is a homogeneous mixture. In the whole room air will be present, and you will find the same quality of air, same density of air everywhere. That's why it's homogeneous, although the composition varies from place to place. That's why it's a mixture. Then we have solid gas, smoke, and it's a heterogeneous mixture, because in the smoke you will find some solid particles, some at denser, some at some places it will be lesser, so it varies, the concentration varies. That's why it's a heterogeneous mixture. So it's all about the kinds of mixture on the basis means किस basis के आधार पे इनका classification हुआ. That's why on the basis of states of its constituent. Example, and this portion is a very important one, try to understand it. Now we will discuss about, in short we will discuss about difference between compounds and mixtures. Now why in short? Because we have studied so much about compounds and properties, and we have studied so much about मिक्सचर्स एंड प्रॉपर्टीज. तो जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स पार्ट्स हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था कंपाउंड्स और मिक्सचर्स में, उसी को फिर से एक बार एक्सप्लेन करना है. तो आई विल नॉट एक्सप्लेन इन ए वेरी एलोबरेट मैनर, ऑलरेडी वी हैव डन सो मच एक्सप्लेनेशन. लेट्स जस्ट हैव ए रिकैप ऑफ दिस बिटवीन एलिमेंट्स, कंपाउंड्स एंड मिक्सचर्स. सो द डिफरेंस बिटवीन कंपाउंड्स एंड मिक्सचर्स. So I have written here the headings. Nature, on which behalf we have to differentiate between them. Nature, structure, composition, properties, separation of constituents, and energy changes. So nature. What is the nature of a compound? Nature of compound is that they are chemically bonded. The constituents, उसमें जो constituents हैं, they are chemically bonded in compound. In mixture, the constituents are not in a chemical bond. They do not form any chemical bond between them. The constituents of the mixtures. Then structure. What is the structure? The structure part means whether it is homogeneous or heterogeneous. So in compounds, mostly all the solutions, they are homogeneous. And what about mixtures? Most of them they are heterogeneous, but some of them are homogeneous. And we have seen so many examples just now in kinds of mixture on the basis of states and its constituents. So structure part is there. Then composition. What does it mean, composition? Composition means in compounds they are chemically combined, and they are in a fixed proportion by weight. They are fixed proportion by weight. For example, H2O. So many times we have done the explanation. But in mixture, they are mixed in any composition as per our requirements. Then properties. What does it mean, properties? In compounds, the constituents are mixed and a new substance is formed, and a whole new properties of that substance is there, and it does not matches with the individual properties of its constituents. While mixture takes the average properties of its constituents. It does not have any property of its own. It is the average property of the constituents of its mixture. Then separation of constituents. Separation of constituent means how they can be separated. Mixture, how can be mixture separated? How can be compound separated? So since in compound there is chemical combination of the constituents, so compounds can be separated only by chemical means. But here in mixtures, they can be separated by physical measures or physical means, and this is the main topic which is left. We have to study separation of mixtures. So then we will see on the basis of the different properties, different states of the constituents, and by which physical property we will separate them and by which physical means we will separate them, we will see in our further sessions of this chapter. Then the last one is the energy changes. So in compound, since chemical reaction takes place, or you can say since chemical change takes place, so any chemical change or any chemical reaction is accompanied by a change in energy, that is by loss of energy or by gain of energy, or you can say there is a evolution of energy or there is absorption of energy. On that basis the process is, or the reaction is exothermic or the endothermic. Exothermic when there is release of energy, endothermic when there is the absorption of energy. So this is all about the difference between compounds and mixtures. Now we will start our separation of mixtures. So today I will give you the introduction to why mixtures are separated, then what is the principle behind it. So let's start that topic. So separation of mixtures. So we have to start the separation of mixture. So first thing will be means kinds of mixtures. We have to see that which kind of mixture. How we do the separation of mixture? By seeing which kind of mixture is it. Means which kind of mixture means what are the constituents present in, means what are the state of the constituent, solid solid है कि solid liquid है कि solid gas है कि gas कैसे क्या है, any चीज. Then first important thing is that कि why mixtures are being separated. So it's given in a book also. Some 3 points are given, because to obtain a pure substance, to obtain a useful substance, and to obtain some substance which are beneficial for us. So they are, suppose water we take, we use water in our daily uses for drinking purposes. So water contains so many undesirable things like mud, sand, some living micro living organisms, algae, fungi, bacteria. So you must have seen we use RO for the purification of water. So actually what it is the separation of the undesirable parts to ensure a safe and healthy water for drinking, to have a safe and healthy water for us. So and then we have petroleum mixture. So you may see petroleum mixture, the raw mixture of petroleum, that which it contains so many things: petrol, kerosene, oil, wax, paraffin, and so many things. So they are separated. So kerosene is used in some other thing, petrol is used in some other thing, diesel is used in some other thing, wax is used in some other thing, paraffins are used for other purposes. So we can use them in entirely different things. So it's beneficial for society, mankind, and for so many things. So that's why mixtures are separated. Now what is the principle involved in the separation of mixture? किस बिहाफ पे हम सेपरेशन मिक्सचर को कर पाते हैं? तो पहली चीज अभी मैंने डिस्कस की, फिजिकल स्टेट. इसको मैं हिंदी में एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ कि इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है, बिकॉज फिजिकल स्टेट मतलब कि सॉलिड में है कि लिक्विड में है कि गैस में, ये पहले देखेंगे. मतलब मिक्सचर को सेपरेट करने से पहले, बिफोर गोइंग टू सेपरेट द मिक्सचर, वी हैव टू लुक इनटू द टू फैक्टर्स. First is the physical state, and the second is the difference in the properties of the different constituents present in the mixture. Means physical state मतलब कि वो solid है कि liquid है, gas है, तो उसी आधार पर on that basis we apply ये certain process इसमें सही बैठेगा, right? और दूसरी चीज जो constituent present हैं उन mixture में different constituent, उनकी प्रॉपर्टीज क्या है कि कौन सी प्रॉपर्टीज अप्लाई करें कि ये सेपरेट हो जाए आसानी से. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आयरन मिक्स है किसी में मिक्सचर में तो मैग्नेटिक प्रॉपर्टी वहां पे आ गई. अगर कोई ऐसा वो है सैंड को वाटर से रखना, तो सैंड हैवी होता है तो वो अंडर द ग्रेविटी इट विल सेटल डाउन, तो वहां पे डेंसिटी की प्रॉपर्टी आ गई. कोई अगर हमको सब्लिमेशन की प्रॉपर्टी हम यूज़ करते हैं, NH4Cl है, उसको अमोनियम क्लोराइड, तो सबलाइम की प्रॉपर्टी उसके वो इट विल फॉर्म वेपर एंड ऑन रीकूलिंग इट विल सॉलिडिफाई, तो ऑन दैट, तो दिस इज द मेन इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, मीन्स प्रिंसिपल इन्वॉल्व फिजिकल स्टेट ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स एंड देन डिफरेंस इन वन और मोर फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टी। तो कौन कौन सी फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज जो हम कंसिडर करते हैं वो क्या होता है? डेंसिटी, मेल्टिंग पॉइंट एंड बॉइलिंग पॉइंट। तो मेल्टिंग पॉइंट और बॉइलिंग पॉइंट का यहाँ पे यूज है कि कुछ कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स ऐसे होते हैं जिनके मेल्टिंग पॉइंट्स अलग अलग डिफरेंट होते हैं, बॉइलिंग पॉइंट डिफरेंट होते हैं, तो हमको वी विल प्रोवाइड हीट एनर्जी और उस डिफरेंट हमें पता होगा कि इसका मेल्टिंग पॉइंट ये है, तो वी कैन सेपरेट देम। देन वॉलेटिलिटी का मतलब क्या हुआ कि विच कैन कन्वर्ट इनटू वेपर, विच कन्वर्ट इनटू गैसियस फॉर्म, तो वो प्रॉपर्टी वॉलेटिलिटी मींस volatile substances. What are volatile substances? Which form vapors on heating, they are volatile substances, and which do not form vapors on heating, they are non-volatile. तो एक volatile और एक non volatile का अगर मिक्सचर हमें मिल गया तो बहुत आसान है, हमने हीट दिया, वेपर्स कलेक्ट हुए, उसको कहीं कलेक्ट कर लिया, और नॉन volatile जो है वो पहले से पड़ा रहेगा, उसको सेपरेट कर लिया। सबलाइम प्रॉपर्टीज अभी आपको पता है, मैग्नेटिक प्रॉपर्टीज एंड डिफ्यूजन। डिफ्यूजन मीन्स डिफ्यूज करना, मिक्सिंग ऑफ गैसेज, two or more gases is diffuser, mixing of gas in a liquid is diffuser, तो वो प्रॉपर्टी हम यूज करते हैं। So this is all about we have started the separation of mixtures, so one by one we will tackle one process, we will go for the separation of mixture, and in the next session so we will continue the same explanation part, and then till then you learn hard and give time to your studies. So thank you very much.